Guys, we've got an incredible lineup of guitars on the rack today, and these are the guitars that we've built here at Emerald Guitars over the last week and are ready to ship out around the world. As you see, beautiful array, every single one is different. And we're going to come to this one at the end. This one's got a really special story, a guitar that was hand painted in Tibet and going out to a really special customer. So this is the shipping video. I'm Alistair, and I'm going to talk to you about Emerald Guitars today and the amazing custom guitars that we build here. So we're going to jump in here first of all with Dwight, and this is a guitar that's going out to Thailand. And Dwight, I wish I was actually hand delivering this. I love Thailand, but haven't been there in a few years. But this guitar, I can say from having been to Thailand, having taken my little X5, which is a model we don't actually build anymore, to Thailand on a couple of occasions and taking it through jungles and into the ocean. Our guitars survive really well in hot, humid climates. So Dwight, I'm not fully sure what your motivation is behind buying an Emerald guitar, but I can imagine a big part of it is buying a guitar that can cope with all the temperature and humidity changes and things that you might get in Thailand on any given day. So Dwight has gone for an X7, which is our nice compact travel size guitar. It's a parlor size guitar, and when I say travel size, it is very nice and travel friendly. Comes in a really nice gig bag that if you were flying with, goes nicely in an overhead, and it's just easy to have around that way. But it's way more than that. Really, it is a full-time playing guitar that you can use as your one and only gig with. You can play every day at home with. It's definitely not the guitar that you have kept hidden away until the next time you travel. It's 12 frets to the body, which is really nice. It it makes for not much of an arm stretch when you're going right up in the first positions here. It's a 24-inch scale, which is a nice compact scale, and it's just very playable. Has a beautiful sound. This one is finished in teal, that nice dark teal green, and it's a beautiful instrument. Pure acoustic, no pickup on this one, and it's all about the acoustic sounds and performance, and that one's going to excel out there in Thailand. So we have Joseph in Virginia, and Joseph has also gone for an X7, and I love the coloring in this. This is Pommel Boss, and it's a veneer that we got back a few years ago, and it looks kind of like quilted maple, but it's got its own unique character. Beautiful quilting going on here, and we've put a transparent green over the top, and it's got some really nice detail going on. It looks like it's almost flames going on here, where there's some darker elements in that veneer as well, and really like that. Now inlay, we've got the Celtic knots done in white, and then the infinity loop here on the 12th fret, done in the green, and that's a very nice detail. Just adds a little bit of something, and really connects it to the top. Back and sides is the green carbon, and the pickup system is the Ellerbags element with the volume and tone control in there. Now, Randy in Idaho. I was in Idaho just around about this time last year for a wedding. Place I really like, and Randy has gone for a stunning X10 slimline. So we've got an X10 slimline, and you're going to see the Virtuo in a minute, and I'm going to tell you about the similarities and differences between them. But the X10 slimline is really sort of slim body acoustic guitar that is designed to really excel as an acoustic guitar, whereas the Virtuo gives you that blend between acoustic and electric. So this sits a little bit more on the electric side of things. This is very much an acoustic guitar. Pickup system here is the Graphtec piezos with the adjustable saddles, which is really great for if you want to just really drop it right down to get a very low action, or you're maybe wanting to change intonation. Allows you a lot of control there just right on the bridge, and it is blended with a Crevo humbucker. This is a humbucker that's designed to very much complement the acoustic sounds from the Graphtec, and when you blend them together here with the independent volume controls, you can get some really nice tones out of this guitar. Now, love the inlays here. Infinity knots, done in gold with the accent color in the silver. So that gold and silver just really catches the light beautifully. Love that that design on the fretboard. Black hardware and an amber back and sides. That is a stunning instrument. Nice one. So this one is going out to Theobald in North Dakota. So this is a really great guitar, very, very versatile. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand this over to Davy, and Davy is going to give you a bit of a rundown and show you how he uses it when he's doing some looping.
Hey guys, Davy K here. I'm up in the beautiful players room here at the Emerald Factory, one of my most favorite places in the whole building, and rightly so. Look at me, so many beautiful guitars around me. But why I'm here this evening is to show you the Virtuo and go into a little more explanation of what the switches and the toggles do on this instrument. And then I'll spend a bit of time, I'll show you what I actually use for a live situation, my looper, effects, etc. Because you get asked that a lot too, being part of the sales team. A lot of customers ring in and ask that. So I'll spend a bit of time on that as well. But first and foremost, here we have the Virtuo that I'm sure you've all seen and are familiar with. But what I'm going to do is explain what these switches do. So we'll start with this little toggle. This little toggle here is the toggle switch which determines which pickups you're using. When it's fully back, it's the piezo pickups. When it's in the middle, it's the piezo plus the Fishman electric pickups. And when it's fully forward, it is the Fishman fluence pickups. It's a three-way toggle, obviously. So I'll go into more in depth in that in a little bit. I'm going to explain this toggle to you now first. This is the toggle switch that controls the Fishman fluence positions. Back is the bridge pickup. Forward is the neck pickup. In between, obviously, is both pickups. So guys, I'm looking at the guitar. I'm sure you've seen all these knobs as well, so I'll explain what these do as well for you. It's really quite simple. Basically, this is the volume for the Fishman. This is the volume for the piezo. This is the tone for the Fishman, and this is your MIDI volume. Okay, so that's the toggles, that's the knobs. I'll explain about the push-pull positions as well, because that's quite interesting as well too. So what I'll do here is, if I can take you down now, I'll show you what I actually use in a live situation, because I get asked that a lot. And here we are. This is my live board. It's nothing really. It's nothing too complicated. It's a Line 6 Pod Go. I've got a few pedals coming out of that, a dirt pedal, an octave pedal, and the old faithful here, the RC30 looper from Boss. I've had this forever. There's newer models that you can get now widely available, but I always come back to this one. It's just like an old friend. So basically that's it. I have two presets in the line and the Pod Go. As you can see, I have this one, the acoustic, and I can go and press this button and that takes me to my electric amp. So it's as simple as that. And inside every preset, I have a range of effects. I've got my reverbs, delays, chorus, a bass octaver, and a little boost, which is 10-band graphic, but I just give it a little boost in the volume. And the same with the clean electric channel. There is the electric preset. There's few effects in there as well that I can delve into and add as I need them. So I'll give you a little example of the sounds now in the Virtuo. Then I'll do a little loop thing and let you see how I use it in a live situation. And hopefully this makes sense. So first of all, I'll go to my acoustic setting. I'll turn it on. That's my volume pedal. So there's the piezo, the switch is back. So we'll do just a simple loop just to let you hear how I build it up, and I'll explain what I'm doing. I'll stop the loop at the end of every loop and tell you what I'm doing next, just to give you an idea, all right? So first of all, I'll put in an acoustic rhythm foundation, something like so here we go. So that's the first loop in, that's my acoustic in. And it's just a matter of recording, overdub, stop. People always say, I can't use a looper, I can't get it done in time. If you can count to 4, you can use a looper, trust me. It's just a matter of coming in at the right time, and you get used to that the more you practice. So here we go. So that's the acoustic side, that's the acoustic foundation, and I'm going to put maybe something percussive like a snare beat, which I just do by damping the strings here and striking all the strings here. So I'll give you an example. So I'll start the loop again. So there you go, that's the acoustic and the snare added. I'll go now into my pedal board here again. I'll hit the bass octave pedal here, and it gives me this bass guitar type effect. Basically what it does, it takes your guitar note and drops it an octave, makes it sound like a bass guitar. So I'll add that now, and you can hear the way it's building up as I go along. So here we go. So there you have it, instant band. So which leaves me free now if I wanted to add a little bit of a guitar solo or a little bit of something over the top of that. It leaves me free to do that. So I think that's a good way to show you the sounds as well, and the pickups, is to play something over that loop and let you see the way I use it. So what I'm doing here, I'm putting on the reverb, putting on the delay and a little boost. You can hear the reverb or the delay there. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to play a little piezo solo over the loop. So to give you an idea. So here we go. Piezo. I'm moving to the Fishman. I'll give you a quick idea what these sound like. So this is the back bridge pickup on the Fishman. I'm going to do the same thing, play a little bit over that loop so you can hear the difference from the piezo solo to the electric pickup solo. So. So hopefully that gives you an idea of that. Now I told you I was going to come back to these switches and the push pulls. I'm going to explain this to you now. These two knobs here, your volume and your tone for the Fishman, they also lift up and push down, and I'll explain what's happening here. This is a coil split which splits the humbuckers, and as I'm sure you know, inside this here there's two coils, humbuckers, and when you pull this up it switches one off and gives you that single coil type of quacky thinner sound that I'm sure you're familiar with as well. So over the loop, here we go. So that's the split coil. I'm going to push this back in again. That's your standard Fishmans again. This front one, gives them a boost, so you can hear the difference. In, and the boost gives it so many decibel boost, you know, makes it that little bit hotter, which can take your solos, just give them a little boost to play over, stand out in the mix or so. So I'll give you an idea again. This is the back pickup, bridge pickup, boosted. So there is at least, what is that there altogether now? That's 1, 2, 3, you're chatting 6, maybe 7 different sounds from the one guitar, so it's unreal, unreal. Also, when I'm using it in a live situation, I just go straight into the board, but I want to stress as well that you can, this is actually a stereo jack output, that you can split to 2 mono cables and send your acoustic to 1 amp and your electric to another amp. So you have great versatility that way. Let me see what else I can show you here. I think I've covered about everything. I'll put a little bit of overdrive on just to let you see that this is a rocking guitar as well. And trust me, it is, because I have rocked on the Virtuo. So I'm going to go to the bridge pickup. I'm going to give it a boost. Here we go. I'll push this forward, fishman, back. It's this. I'm going to go over the same loop. The loop is still there, waiting for me to play something over. I'm going to my electric guitar setting now in the board. And I'll give you an idea what it sounds like even before the loop. So it can rock as well. Back to the loop, here we go, and I'll let you see what this sounds like here. Bit of reverb, bit of delay, and here we go. So there you go, rock, clean, country, blues, acoustic, this does it all. Guys, I hope that was of use to you, and I hope it gave you an idea of one of the various ways that you can use this guitar. This is just the way I use it, but the sky's the limit, guys. Hope it was of use to you. See you soon, guys. Thanks very much for tuning in. Take care.
So Davy definitely exhibits this guitar way better than I can. I can talk about it, but Davy can show you it really being played in person. And I had a fantastic weekend last weekend at the Rory Gallagher Festival, and watching Davy and indeed Mark Black and Johnny Gallagher and so many other great musicians up there. Thankfully, some of them playing on our Emeralds and making some incredible music on them. So yeah, this is going out to Theobald, and this is Vibrant Blue with chrome hardware. I think the blue and chrome really works well together. Those beautiful chrome Goto 510 tuners, that Vibrant Blue just pops so well, and that's such a versatile guitar. Now, Roger in Nevada. Roger is going for the X10. So it's an X10 with green carbon. Let's just have a look at it right round. Green carbon all round. Green and gold is always a great combination. So we've got the gold hardware going on there, and the gold dog, the emerald logo, and skulls on the 12th fret here. So this is a nice feature that we've added over the last year that you can personalize your guitar by putting your name or any combination of letters on the 12th fret and on any color. So here the green matching the green on the guitar, silver dots on the rest of it, and a high vibe pickup system. Now, if you wanted to find out a little bit more about the high vibe pickup system, if you didn't see last week's shipping video, maybe go back and have a look at that. Dan did a really great explanation about halfway through that video that you'll be able to find, just telling you all the ins and outs of the high vibe. So that was really useful last week. So that's going to Roger. Now, Matt in Idaho. Another one to Idaho. I love this guitar. I've been watching this guitar coming through production, and you know, just sometimes as you're walking through the building, there's just certain guitars that catch your eye, and this one really caught my eye. But it's the veneer. This is Royal Ebony, and a lot of times the Royal Ebony has big abstract patterns going on in it. This one has quite a different detail from a lot of the ones that you'll have seen in the past, but it's got these two really nice dark blocks either side. And but what I love is with Royal Ebony, whenever you look into it and you see, you know, at first glance it just looks like a big black blob, but there's so much more going on in here. You know, you've got that really nice detail in within the black elements, and then the light wood in the center. And again, you know, as you get into it, you just see there's so much detail, these very fine black patterns running through it, that really nice kind of spalting that's happening there in the center. And yeah, everything about that I just love. Very, very nice. Even these two black lines that are coming up here that almost just hold the bridge in place. So really, really nice choice of veneer and positioning, which is great. And this is an X10 with our full pickup system that's got the graph takes and the Crevo humbucker, but also it's got a 13 pin out that can connect then to some kind of a synth unit depending on what you have or what you want to do. So really, really versatile. You've got all your onboard controls here on the side, and we've got the vines with dots in gold on gold on the fretboard, and stunning, absolutely stunning. Amber back and sides, and that's a special guitar. Now, Peter in New Hampshire. This is an X20. So as you can see, we're sort of stepping up in size from the X7, X10, X20, and we're going to go up to the X30. So that's our size model. So if you're new to the Emerald brand, basically the smaller the number, the smaller the guitar. That's kind of how it works. But X20 is kind of our middle of the road. It's pretty much about the same size as a traditional dreadnought in terms of profile and dimensions, but actually feels much more compact because of the contours. So this was the first guitar where we really started to explore contours and a modern design and ergonomics in an acoustic guitar. So it was the guitar where we started to do the offset sound hole here, straddling both the top and the side. That's been a very successful element. As you can see, we've carried across the range. The reason it's so successful is a multiple of things. Firstly, when you have the sound hole here, you have to do a lot of work on the top, traditionally with an X brace, and in carbon guitars I would put a lot of extra carbon around there if I had the sound hole here, and that has to be reinforced. So when you take that away from there, then you can actually have much more of an even I guess, what's the right word? An even distribution of the force across the top of the guitar. So you have a bigger active area on the guitar that creates the tone and creates the sound that's coming from the guitar. And then also having the offset sound hole here, it allows you to project the sound towards you. Often I remember whenever I was playing my own acoustic guitar, a traditional sound hole, I put my head kind of forward and to really hear it better. So here you're kind of hearing that all the time. It just projects towards you. Pardon me. You hear it as if you're almost inside the guitar. You get that fullness and the overtones that you get when you're kind of listening towards the sound hole. So just it gives you a different experience of how you hear and experience the guitar, which is beautiful. So also contour wise, it's got the asymmetrical side, a very, very important element, and maybe the people will comment in the comments section from an owner's point of view of just how important this little subtle detail is. The extended neck access on here, which is just fantastic. Since we started doing that, it's just like, why would we ever have a heel? This allows, it actually creates a very stable area because of how carbon is formed. It's creating almost like a T profile here, which is a very, very strong section. So it gives all the stability that we would have had from a normal heel joint, but all this extra access right up in here. It's got the high vibe pickup system on here, all those bevels, beautiful. Now, veneer on here is Koa, and we talk all the time about Koa, and I just always move Koa because it's got that holographic effect. It really shimmers with the light, and it's beautiful. It's got a very nice detail going on here, nice flame, beautiful coloring. The silver dots on the fretboard, black hardware, and a black carbon back and sides. So sometimes the black carbon is a nice contrast. Rather than putting a color on, just makes all the color about the top, and works well. Now, we are going to England now. Dave in Dursley, another X20. This one is Royal Ebony. Very different from the Royal Ebony we've seen here, but this is, you know, what we would normally see in a lot of the Royal Ebony pieces, with much more pattern going on and lines, and it's really nice whenever you put a transparent color over, because the light wood becomes the color, and the dark wood kind of stays and keeps to the black that it is here. Always like as well Royal Ebony how it unifies with the black fade we put around the side. It just, you know, fades right into it. Looks like it's the exact same color as the black fade, which it is, and we've got that black carbon back and sides. So again, you know, putting the focus towards the color on the top, the black and the contrast works really well. Gold vines on the fretboard, and the green infinity knot at the 12th fret, and very, very nice. And somebody commented, I think it might have been after last week's shipping video, of how I still, after having thousands of guitars in my hands in these videos, still get excited about every one. And I do, and like, let's face it, if this was a row of black guitars every week, I couldn't get excited because there's nothing to get excited about. I'd be telling you the same thing over and over. But everyone's different, you know. Like every single guitar you've seen here, there hasn't been another one that's come through exactly like it. Yes, we could make another blue vibrant with chrome hardware, and we probably will. Yes, we could remake this, but these guitars are all unique, and I love that. I love having that specific fingerprint. So it's really not that hard for me to get excited. It's like everyone is a new child coming out of here. So we get excited about them. Now, this one is going to Joel in Connecticut, Paul Ferro. Paul Ferro is a veneer I've been using for a long time. Comes in a lot of different varieties and colors, but always has really nice coloration and pattern on it. And this has some very nice coloring here. A lot of different tones of browns, some warm colors going through here that are almost pinkish purple, and then the very light little stripe in the center here just gives it a really nice piece of character. Kept the fretboard black on this, just the unidirectional carbon, which looks great as well, and black hardware and the vibrant amber back and sides. I think the colors on this really work well. That vibrant amber picks up the tones in the top really, really well. And yeah, adjustable bridge, Graphtex, and volume control in the sound hole. Now, you with me? We are stepping it from the X20s now up to the X30. And the X30 is our big jumbo guitar. If you want a big sound, you need a big guitar. But you don't want to have a big guitar that's unplayable. So with the X30, it's a really playable guitar. And if you've got a collection of emeralds and you don't have an X30 in it, you don't have a collection of emeralds. you need an X30. This is the guitar that I will always say is the best sounding guitar in our range. I love a big, full, rich sound, and the X30 is the one that does it for me. The top on this is Redwood burl, and I'm going to hold it still so that Andreas can get in and really see the detail, because sometimes when I move these around too much, we maybe don't get a full focus. So hopefully we're getting good focus there and getting some detail. But the detail in Redwood burl is amazing, and the specific Redwood burl. It's got these amazing sort of like veins that are running through it. It looks like sinews coming across, or almost like tree roots that are growing through it. And it really is quite striking. When you look at it, when I look straight down on it, it's hard to believe this is flat. It has so much depth to it. But yeah, really, really stunning piece. Very, very tight burl. Got that pattern running through. Very, very special top on that. The inlays here are the vines in gold. The red infinity knot, just kind of giving a hint towards it being Redwood burl, I think. Gold tuners, and then a red carbon back and sides with that deep red. Now the reds, what you gotta really see, I think red is one of the ones that really you see how the color is, or the light really affects the color. You know, as we move it, as it gets into the shadows, it can look dark. As it gets to the direct light, that red really pops, and that's what makes it really nice, because you know, you're not sitting with one color. It can look black some days. The bright light hits it and it'll look vibrant red. So so I love that. Beautiful guitar. And Emil, I think you'll love that. Now, the last one before we go to the storyline here. This is another X30. This is an X30 12 string. As you guys know, I love doing 12 string guitars. I believe carbon fiber is the best way if you want to build a carbon fiber guitar that's going to be strong and stable. Great for tone, great for playability, great for tuning stability. It is the ultimate way to build a 12 string guitar, and that's why we do so many. So this is a stunning piece of quilted maple, and beautiful tight grain quilted, tight quilting at the top, and has a lot of character, a lot of depth. You can really see that move. Finished with a vintage amber top. The dots here are the vines with dots, and I think I need to double check. I think they may be, I'm not sure if they're red or amber, but it's kind of like in between there on that. They're gold hardware, and it's black carbon back and sides. So again, like we've seen on a few guitars today, putting the color just on the top, keeping the black carbon on the back and sides can be a really nice contrast, and puts the focus towards the color that you're focusing on top. So so very nice, going to Bowen in Maine. So so hopefully you've really enjoyed that. You know, what we do every week is just, you know, putting all these guitars together in a collection so that you can see all the guitars and the variations together, and I love doing that. But also what we do in the shipping video is we tell you the stories, and it's always a great place to be able to give you updates. And we've been talking a lot about the tour and the factory that we finished. But one of the greatest things that happened during the tour was, as we were walking around doing the factory tour, somebody spotted this guitar. It was Virag, and Virag asked me about this guitar and what was the significance behind it, and I told her the story. And the story behind this guitar is that I've got a friend that runs a art school, Snowland Art, and maybe we can put the link across. We'll put it in the description, but maybe we'll put the web address across on the video here as well as a caption. And Snowland Art, she runs this art school in Tibet. And Kristel, my friend, she brings in these Tibetan nomads, kids that I guess are from poorer backgrounds, would never had maybe a lot of opportunity, and certainly would never had much opportunity to learn art. So they're coming into her basically with zero knowledge and as an artist, and they spend, I think it's 6 years with her, intensively training, and I've seen them. It's 40 hours a week. They're intensively training and refining their skills, and when they leave her, they are master fine artists. But it's incredible. But I was over there having a guitar hand painted a few years ago, and we just fell in love with what she was doing and the people that she was working with, and we decided we wanted to do something to help. So a few years ago, we sent this guitar over to them and had them paint it. And I think in some ways they felt like they were just painting it for me, and they never. I'm not sure if they understood that I wanted to then take this guitar and do something with it to raise money for the school. But what they did was something really special. So the students, they all researched Irish art and Celtic art, and obviously looked at the colors, you know, the green, white and gold, and found ways to combine that with traditional Tibetan art. And each student took a little element and painted different sections, and it really is something quite special. It's you can see that Celtic knot going on here, and I'm not sure if that maybe is a symbolism and a knot design that also you would see maybe in Tibetan art. Certainly this river design, I love that. That is a very Tibetan design going on there, coming out of the Trinity knot at the top of the headstock. So some beautiful design, but it's the symbolism behind it, and the people that are going to benefit from this guitar is what's really special. But when I told the story behind this, Virag says, well, maybe this is the time to find a customer for it or an owner for it. And I'd always intended to auction it to raise money for the school, and we just didn't find the right time. So it had been living in my office, and I became quite attached to it. And Jerry, who works here, loved it. He thought it was one of the best sounding guitars in the building. So anytime we were having a little jam, Jerry would grab this guitar. So it's kind of been part of our life here for a few years. So what we did is during the tour on the last night, we were having the gala dinner, and I brought this guitar along, and I told a little bit of the story behind it, and we did a silent auction. I'm not going to say how much we got for this guitar, but a very, very generous donation is going to be going towards that school, is all I'll say. So this guitar is going out to Jeff and Mary, and Jeff and Mary, it was fantastic to have you on the tour first and foremost. You guys were great guests, and we loved showing you around the county. But honestly, what this is going to mean, what your donation is going to mean to those students over there, it is going to be really quite profound. So a very special guitar that is very special to me, part of the history of Emerald, and I'm glad that it is going on to fulfill its destiny in helping those students and going to a couple that are really, really going to cherish and appreciate it. So that's it for this week. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the insight from Davy on the Virtuo, and I think we're going to do more of that. We're going to try and do that maybe every week. Put in a little slot of information that maybe helps you understand the best way to use our guitars. And so please comment below if that's been useful to you, and if you have anything particularly that you would like to know from a technical point of view, or maybe like comparisons of different models, or we were talking about different things that would do, maybe tell you about how to best wire up or connect up the X10 to get the best out of it, and comparing maybe some of the models. So we're going to do that, but you guys tell me in the comments. And remember, if you've enjoyed this video, please like it, please subscribe, please stay connected to us, and our success is based on the support of you guys. Thank you. Have a great week.